Welcome back to the Lead2Xceed platform with me, Henry Baye. I am today going to explore a very intriguing concept, and it is loyalty. I will explore the meaning of loyalty and its importance, and particularly what loyalty means to different generations of workers. Let me pause here and say a big thank you to my colleague in Malaysia who requested that I deal with this topic. So loyalty has been defined as a commitment to an organization which is effective. Many definitions of loyalty use the word allegiance to an organization, an establishment, or a cause. Loyalty engenders a certain resolve to sustain commitment to the organization and seek the organization's best interest. It creates a sense of belonging to the organization that almost comes from the heart. Loyalty has been mostly equated to long service because there is a clear correlation between loyalty and a resolve to stay with the organization. We can safely say that longevity in an organization could be a result of loyalty, but not everyone who has stayed long with an organization did because they are loyal. The sign that employees are loyal is that they show very high levels of commitment and dedication to their work. They put in discretionary effort to ensure that the company does not fail. They work extra hours, even if unpaid, to get their work done. Such employees speak very well of the organization and are the very best ambassadors of it. In some cases, even when they have left the organization, they take an interest in the success of the organization and even seek to give feedback to the staff and leadership to enable them resolve problems they become aware of. They also recommend the organization to other people and tell them what a great place it is to work. A group of employees are loyal to organizations when they genuinely identify with the goals and values of the organization. This creates alignment of purpose between the individual and the organization and helps cement the foundations for genuine fulfillment in the person's work. We would find later that this is particularly important to the millennial and latter generations. Another group of employees are those who feel obliged to stay with the organization. There may be many different reasons why they will feel this obligation. This sense of obligation may arise because of loyalty to an individual who has played an important role in the individual's career or was even responsible for the person getting a role in the organization. At a very basic level, these employees may stay with an organization because they are in an economic situation where they just can't find jobs easily. It is important to note that these categories of employees may not necessarily be happy with their jobs. Sometimes they just feel obliged to stay because they feel it is the right thing to do, and also because of the friendships they have built and the people they work with. Other reasons might include the cost of leaving. Generally, the longer people have stayed with an organization, the higher the switching costs they will have to consider when leaving. But just how important is employee loyalty? In a Harvard Business Review article, Putting the Service Profit Chain to Work in 1994, the following conclusion was drawn. Profit and growth are stimulated primarily by customer loyalty. Loyalty is a direct result of customer satisfaction. Satisfaction is largely influenced by the value of services provided to customers. Value is created by satisfied, loyal, and productive employees. So there you have it. Employee satisfaction in turn results primarily from high-quality support services and policies that enable employees to deliver results to customers. This conclusion is at the heart of the importance of loyalty. Happy staff produce happy customers, and happy customers become repeat buyers, and repeat buyers build loyalty with a brand, which in turn drives profitability and customer growth. Simple. So simply put, there is a strong relationship between employee satisfaction, employee loyalty, and between employee loyalty and customer loyalty, and ultimately profitability. From a business standpoint, employee loyalty matters because it cuts your training cost, can increase innovation, and gives you a reliable leadership pipeline from which to grow talent. Without it, you may be spending more money to get fewer results. Some have questioned whether loyalty is still a thing to be relied on and built, when some research seems to suggest that the Gen Ys and Gen Zs do not see loyalty the same way the Gen Xs and baby boomers saw loyalty. It is a fact that loyalty has meant different things to different generations. The traditionalist and baby boomer generations prize loyalty to an organization above everything and gave their all to its success. Many of them did not mind to work for the organization for life or for decades of their career. Even when they retired from an organization, they still flew the flag and would even join alumni associations of that organization. For the Gen Ys and Zs, loyalty means something different. But just how different? A study suggested that the older the generation, the higher their loyalty towards their employees. 70% of traditionalists and 65% of boomers, but only 40% of the Xs and 20% of the Ys want to continue with their employer until their retirement. But is this all there is to know about generations and loyalty? In a Forbes article by Mark Perner, Mark asserts that while the 2019 Deloitte Millennial Survey reports that nearly half of millennials, 49%, would, if they had a choice, quit their current job in the next 2 years, a new study challenges that trend. And according to Zapier's Digital Natives report, millennial employees on the average plan to stay at their current job for 10 years and Gen Z at 6 years. And that isn't far behind what the Deloitte research suggests, though is that there is still a good 51% of millennials who, given the right conditions, will stay with their employer over a period of time. Please note that by 2025, 75% of the global workforce will be millennial. So here is more. In a Wall Street Journal article, Catherine Deal writes, and I quote, "In January 2018, 70% of the workers between the ages of 22 and 37, commonly known as the millennial generation, had worked for their current employer for 13 months or more, according to an analysis of federal data by the Pew Research Center. By comparison, that number was 69% against 70 for workers who were in the same age group in 2002 and are known as Generation X. This means that at the same age, the tenure of staff did not vary among the different generations. Richard Fry, senior researcher at Pew, has said, when you look at millennials, they have no shorter job tenures with their current employers than Generation X did back in 2002. Even when looking at longer tenures, data suggests younger workers may be actually more loyal than their predecessors were as they were getting their careers underway. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics in January 2018, 28.8% of workers ages 25 to 34 had worked for the same employer for at least 5 years. The share of workers in that age group with equal tenure in 2000 was actually lower at 21.8%. A survey conducted in 2019 by Prudential found nearly 60% of millennials had worked for their current employer for 3 or more years, and 49% wanted to work for their employer for at least another 4 years. So what am I saying? No matter what research one looks at, one thing is clear. Given the right conditions and factors, employees, irrespective of generation, will be reasonably loyal. The other fact that remains is that millennial and Gen Z generation live in a totally different world, and their preferences for work type, remuneration schemes, flexibility, purpose, relationship with superiors, and what amounts to challenging work are quite different from the baby boomers and the Gen Xs. Some fundamental questions therefore remain. What does it mean to work here? What kind of experience am I guaranteed in this workplace? What is the organization's purpose? This and other questions will be the subject of our subsequent chat on the subject of loyalty. And so as I bring this chat to a close, as always, do you have a leadership question that you would like answered? Have you heard anything in this video that has triggered a question on your mind, or is there any thought that you would like us to explore some more? If you answered yes to any of these questions, of course, shoot the questions at us or give us a suggestion via this channel or the email on your screen. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also hit the notification or bell button so that when we put out new content, you will be the first to know. This has been me, Henry Baye, on the Lead2Xceed channel. Lead2Xceed, inspiring leaders, multiplying impact.